here's a curious one, the Porsche 718 Boxster. As ever, the chassis is superb. It is willing to attack corners and dynamically it is pure Porsche. But downsizing has hit the Boxster hard. Gone is the screaming flat 6 engine and in its place a turbocharged 4-cylinder.
Yeah, well, the chassis dynamically is phenomenal as you expect from a Porsche. But then you definitely miss the flat 6, that's for sure. I mean, it doesn't have much grunt. Obviously, this is the base 718. So we have, we have 300 horsepower to play with, but the chassis is capable of handling so much more.
A significant way ahead is the most potent member of Audi's A5 brat pack, the RS5. It's got almost 100 horsepower more than the S5, as well as a stiffer, sportier chassis with a lot more grip. So it's no wonder it's a full 4 seconds quicker, clocking in a seriously impressive time of 1 minute 57.55 seconds.
I thought there would be, slightly more of a difference in lap times, but the biggest difference from that car to this car, the S5 to the RS5, is that car was a lot more easy to drive on the track, probably because it let you slide more and so on. But this car, again, it's built with a lot of understeer, so we have the 4-wheel drive system kicking in, and then it really goes into the front keeps pushing until you back off the throttle.
Now this is the big head-to-head we've all been waiting for, M5 versus E63. And now you know which one was the slower of the two. The monstrous 600 horsepower twin-turbo V8 engine is as ever a big plus point, and it is phenomenally quick in a straight line. Unfortunately, the new M5 feels very skittish to drive at the limit, and that means you can't put the power down as easily.
I think the character is pretty different to the older M5, the F10 platform, but lap time wise, of course, it's faster. It has a very, very, very strong engine. It's exceptionally quick on a straight line. It's pretty heavy, and I think with all the additional four-wheel drive system and so on, it feels dynamically it feels a little bit weaker.
Next up, it's the tin-top racers from Volkswagen Motorsport, which lap the track within a second of one another. The VENTO TC4A has been developed to meet new 2019 Indian touring car regulations, and it did a 1 minute 55.48 second lap. We already tested the AMEO Cup car last year, so what's it doing back at our track day? The car now has retuned springs and dampers, more torque from the engine, and much improved MRF slicks.
Obviously, a lot of safety aspects are built into the car. We have a proper roll cage 6-point harness, slick racing tires, a little bit of aero on the cars as well. So yeah, it is meant to train the young drivers, and that's exactly what it's doing.
And here it is, a full 2.5 seconds quicker than the M5, the AMG E63S. So how is it able to do that? Well, a lot of it is down to the air suspension, which sounds ironic in a track environment, but it makes the E63 so much more compliant over the bumps around the MMRT.
I mean, I'm really surprised. I drove the M5, then jumped into this car, and it just drives the track much better. So it's more compliant on the bumps and so on and so forth. Like as you said, it's been reversed now. The E-Class seems to be, the E63-AMG seems to be the benchmark. And it's the fastest sedan on the track thus far.
The 488 Spider has the distinction of being the very first Ferrari at an Autocar India track day, the most powerful car here with 670 horsepower, and also of drawing everyone's attention to it like a big red magnet. It's incredibly potent, it revs like it's not turbocharged, and it's amazingly easy to drive quickly.
Well, considering it's a Spider, no one expected it to be this fast because the torsional rigidity of the car is much lower than the normal car. Yeah, it behaves more like a normally aspirated engine, so you don't have any of this lag in the bottom end, and yeah, it goes to the red line very quickly, and it keeps pulling all the gears, and the handling is very neutral. It doesn't, it doesn't catch you out anywhere. So yeah, it's a very neutral behaving car, and anyone can go very quickly to the limit, I think.
The AMG GTR, in our brief encounters with it in the past, struck us as quick and loud and crazy. But today we saw firsthand what it was really meant for. It is quite simply a track weapon. And what time did it do? A 1 minute 48.36 seconds. That's right, not only was it the fastest road car of the day, it was the fastest we've ever tested here.
They say they have a lot of inputs from Lewis. I'm sure he's given his bit, and the car is so quick, unbelievable. I'm just, it went faster than the previous generation GT3 RS, which held the lap record. Yes, it comes with Michelin Cup Sport 2 tires and so on, and it is, it's hard edge, very difficult to drive, and for us, for racing drivers, it feels like a track car. So I mean, I'm just surprised at how fast it went, and yeah, it's phenomenal, unbelievable. I have no words.
You might remember the JA Motorsport INDE 2.0, the car that sat at the top of our lapboard for the last 5 years. Well, this is the INDE 2.0 version 2.0, with more power, better aero and more downforce. Narain did a 1 minute 42.54 compared to the 1 minute 43.30 earlier.
It has a new motor. They've changed it from the Renault 2-liter to a Mountain Tune 2-liter engine, which has a little bit more horsepower, bigger rear wings, more aerodynamics, more downforce basically, and the car's much faster. It's fun. Not as much as the GTR though.
So there you have it, 2 lap times shattered, both for road legal cars as well as for track cars.